Hello my friends and welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope you're all doing marvelous today. So today's reading is about what are you evolving into? Exciting reading. So we've got 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile 1 is this Kambaba Jasper. Pile 2 is this Rhondonite. And pile 3 is this orange calcite, or orange selenite actually. It's orange selenite. So, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Timestamps will be in the description box below. What are you evolving into? I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading. So you chose this pile or you chose this Kambaba Jasper. So Kambaba Jasper is really good for soothing the soul, for bringing past trauma and traumatic events into kind of perspective. That's what I'm feeling from this pile. I'm getting this sense that you're taking all of the elements of the universe and putting it into some kind of beautiful manifestation of something. So I think that's kind of maybe the start of what you're evolving into. You're using past experiences and past traumas to work through something very, very special, to work through something so that you can transmute it into something very special. So let's have a look at your card. Wow, fate. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can see it. So interesting. It did come up reversed, but I will read it both ways. And then we've got Jupiter, and then we've got it. It's kind of reminiscent of the Wheel of Fortune, I think, in this respect. I really do feel also with the gold aspect that is coming more so on the camera. It is a holographic gold, but right now what I'm seeing mainly is the gold. There's a sense of you turning this into gold, turning this sorrow into gold. I'm hearing from Adele's song. I can't remember which song it is. I think it's Rolling in the Deep. But yeah, I'm hearing that. You being able to transmute old ways of thinking. Also, maybe ways that you felt vulnerable before and you felt at risk before, but now you feel a lot stronger and you feel that you're in a position of power now. Because this Kambaba Jasper is a really powerful stone, but it works on a very slow level, like most Jaspers do. They're very robust stones, but they mean business. Like, you don't mess with them. And every time I've either got the agates or the Jaspers, they usually work on that level where they work slowly, but they work really intently. Very Saturnian energy, which is interesting because we've got Jupiter here. And also, in a way, Jupiter, because this particular Kambaba has got like these massive kind of swirls in. I don't know if you can see that. But also the planet of Jupiter has that. So I think the reason why this card turned up upside down initially was because what can be seen as your past experiences can be something that might have been, you know, people would have been thinking, how do you recover from that? And you have decided to recover. What's really interesting also is that we've got 1 o'clock on this clock. So it's almost like you were at the beginning of a new cycle. 1 being the number of the magician. So let's have a look. I'm going to pull out some animal. Actually, no, I'll do some astrology first. And then I will do some tarot, and then I'll do the rest of your oracle cards afterwards, actually. I just want to work with this card, the stone, and the tarot to begin with. What are you evolving into, pile 1? What is pile 1 evolving into? Wow, and we have Sagittarius, and it is reversed, and Sagittarius and Jupiter, those planets are together. It's ruled by Jupiter. Sagittarius expand. Okay, so because both of these cards have come up upside down, I'm just going to say it. You may be resisting growth. You may be resisting some kind of evolution. So it's almost like if the caterpillar was to look at the butterfly, it'd be like, that is just so not me. Like, how could I be that? But it goes through this process and this evolution. And that can be quite difficult for us to work through. So there is a little bit of that. Actually, I will pull one more card. I'm just going to do some numerology for you so that we can just work on the numbers. We've got the number 9 and it's reversed. So yes, I feel like there is. And then number 10 here. And then we've got number 1 with the on the clock. So I feel like there may be a little bit of a resistance towards some stuff. Towards growth. Wow, look at that. And change reversed. Okay, yes. So what are you evolving into? I don't know that yet, but there does seem like some sort of resistance. And even when I'm talking, I'm finding it hard. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to communicate. I'm finding it a little bit, I would go as far as maybe feeling a little bit, I wouldn't say nervous, but I'm feeling out of breath and like I don't know whether or not I can continue. Wow, this is interesting. Really interesting. Breathe, take a breath. It's okay. Fate has put us in this position for us to deal with what we need to deal with. Fate has given us this opportunity to be able to accept these changes, to be able to embrace these changes, which are only for our highest good. Take it slowly. No need to rush. Jupiter is a massive planet. Rome wasn't built in a day. Yes, these may have been, this change may be the culmination of many changes that have taken place over a while, and now you're seeing the tipping point. And that can be frightening because when we're used to something and how things are, it can be quite intimidating. But there's something very beautiful about this change. 9 of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Gosh, I haven't used this deck for ages. I love it. The 9 of Coins. So we've got 2 9s appearing here. Pile 1. The 4 of Chalices reversed and the Queen of Chalices reversed. Okay, so I mean, yeah, there is some kind of maybe hesitancy towards you moving into a space where you feel that you can actually take charge. There may be a little bit of stoic attitude towards your own issues. So you may be feeling that you may be, I wouldn't say that you're being hard on yourself, like really talking down on yourself, because that would be the Queen of Swords reversed. But I am getting that there may be a minimizing of, okay, there's 2 things. There may be a minimizing of your own kind of like experience and how you are not accepting this evolution. Or there may be this sense of you going into this space and really recognizing what it is that you want, but knowing that that could destabilize you emotionally because it's something very foreign to you or something very different from what you're used to. Does that make sense? Because, okay, no matter what, I'm seeing a destabilization here. There's a destabilization. There's an obvious fear of change here. I'm seeing. And I don't know, in the last reading that I did, pile 3, that one was a bit like you're standing in your own way. Like there's a little bit of self-sabotage going on here. But, and this is a massive but in this respect, it's almost like this is what you have to go through in order to like get to that point where you can fully embrace yourself, fully embrace what it is you're supposed to be. This is all part of the shadow work journey. I've just got a feeling that the majority of the people, and I don't even have a feeling, I know, like the majority of people that come and see these readings, you're all incredible workers of yourselves. You know, on YouTube, I think we attract the people that, you know, it's the people that attract the readers, not the other way around. Like we choose the readers to read for us. I mean, obviously there is like this kind of like symbiosis or this kind of meeting where you're both coming together, but it's very much you who chooses to watch this reading because you're like, okay, I think that this question that I am putting as the title of the reading has some significance to me. And then whether or not you continue to like watch the reading or even subscribe and like my readings and watch more of my content, then you start to resonate with the way I tell the story or your story even. So I think, you know, you guys who are watching this, all of you amazing people who are watching this, you are already evolving. You're already on this journey, and you already know that I give love slaps. They're kind of like things which are going to tell you that, like, even though times are quite hard at the moment, or it might be difficult to embrace this sense of change that's going on at the moment, even you having difficulty in embracing the change is part of the journey. Wow. God. Listen, yeah, sometimes I just want like an easy reading to read sometimes, but it just doesn't come out. It just comes out this way. Oh, but anyway, it's really good. I mean, this card you want reversed, right? You want the Four of Chalices reversed. Reason why is because you're actually coming to terms with the reality. Not just are you coming to terms with the reality, you are embracing the one cup that can give you the real nourishment that you need. The Nine of Coins says to me that you do not want to do this alone. You want more than what you have already. But there is a stoicism. This is also another thing I've just noticed. You may be not happy with where you are right now, and you know that you want to move, as I said earlier, but it is destabilizing because it's almost like, well, then what do I want? So let's clarify. I'm not going to lie, like, I've been finding it really hard to do readings, my wonderful viewers, because, I don't know, it's like Spirit wants to say some stuff through me, and I just don't know if I have the guts to say it. But do let me know in the comments, like, you seem to like them because you are watching them, so thank you. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands clarifying the Nine of Swords, the Six of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles reversed with the Nine of Coins, the Three of Wands, wonderful. This is great with the... So what this is telling me is that the work that you've done in the past is actually coming to rescue you in this state. So it's almost like we do this work and we think, oh yeah, it's going to be fine. Yeah, we've worked through our traumas and stuff. But, you know, things come again and again. Like I say to my clients, that if you think that life is like a ladder that goes up, like say that's the goal, and then that's where you start, like it's like this ladder or this kind of progressive upward climb. It's more like waves on a beach. So one time the waves will go really high up to the point of the top of the beach, and then one time they'll just come really slowly. Sometimes they'll bring rocks, sometimes they'll bring seaweed, sometimes they won't come at all, sometimes they'll draw back completely. So it's completely random. Like you'll have no idea about whether or not that these things are gonna help you, or they're going to, you know, well, you don't know what's going to come, basically. So, yeah. King of Wands. Wow. Okay. So two things. You are either evolving into a space where you're going to have to just transmute this energy of not knowing what it is exactly that you want to do, this destabilizing energy where you've come from this place of stoicism. So you're going from air, you know, these thoughts, really attacking things mentally, and then realizing that no matter how much you try and control things mentally, they cannot control your emotions, because all you can do is feel them and allow them to be. And then it seems like some kind of work that you've done previously has allowed you to change this into some real force of creative energy that's in such a matured state that it will blast this out of the water. Because I mean, for me, like, I don't know, some people might say Sagittarius is the King of Wands. I don't know. I think Leo is more, and Leo is the fixed sign. So this would be something more stable, whereas Sagittarius is mutable. So this is something that's changeable. So I think you're striving towards some kind of stability, which is why it's unnerving when something not so stable comes along. For example, things like emotions. It could even be that you're dealing with someone that is provoking these kind of emotions within you, and you're thinking, I really don't want to be around this. But this has all been kind of spurred on by, you don't want to be alone. You want more. And when I say that you don't want to be alone, I'm not talking just about in a relationship sense. I'm talking about generally, like you want to do things in a sense of collaboration, with the spirit of collaboration in all senses. And I think that there may have been an avoidance strategy that went on previously, but things are changing now. Like there's nothing you can do about it. It's gonna change. Like this is what you're evolving into. You're evolving into someone that is going to induce some sort of collaborative efforts, something with other people. And it is both. I think it could be applied to both family and in work. If I'm honest, probably more work, because we haven't got too many cups. We've only got the Queen of Chalice. We've got the 4 and the Queen, but I mean, I'm seeing more kind of career progression, work, life fulfillment, that kind of thing. Beautiful though, with the King of Wands at the end. It means that you're evolving into somebody who is able to direct their emotions into a really productive space that helps them. Like they still have the fire and the passion and the burning, and they can sometimes seem a little bit erratic, irrational, have the personality traits of Sagittarius or fire. But that's the beauty of the King of Wands. The King of Wands is passionate, fiery, beautiful. You know, that kind of like hot, sparkly energy. It is actually quite hot. Like that's what I'm thinking. Hot as in like temperature, and hot as in like it's very sexy, it's sexual, it's hot, you know? So yeah. And I mean, I think with this 2 of Wands here, there was this sense of you not, and because the 2 of Wands is like this, I really love these cards. Like it's up and down, totally up and down. I remember I used to like say on my coaching videos, things used to go up and down. That's how life is. It's the same. It's reminiscent of the, it resonates with what I was saying about the beach and the waves. So essentially what you are evolving into is someone who came from a place that was quite cold and had to, but realized that this coldness and having to rationalize your thoughts and your feelings was something that actually destabilized you, because that isn't really what you wanted. And then when you realize that that isn't what you want, because it doesn't really provide the opportunity that you're striving for, then you change your tack, and then that destabilizes you, and then that can be a little bit worrisome. But and it's like the caterpillar changing, in that process while it's inside the chrysalis. But then all of the stuff that you've done previously is going to come and help you. Like the things that you learned previously, you're like, maybe you've done some meditation, maybe you've like done breathing exercises through yoga, maybe you've done some things, some spiritual work, I don't know, whatever it is, yeah, whatever things you've put in place to kind of like make sure that you're okay, you're going to see how important they are at this point. So that's what you're evolving into, pile 1. Love it. Love that for you. Okay, let's get some animal energy, and then I will close out the reading with some energy from Mart with the Amenti Oracle. This one. Wow. Luck beyond fear, the hair. Look at that beautiful orange energy. And it's, I'm telling you, yeah, there's something quite sexy. Like it's bubbly. It's oh God. Like it's okay. It's horny energy. Like it means that, like it says to me that, you know, go with that, because that's what's gonna help you. Fortune favors the brave, you know. So and look at the correspondence of the orange. It's something very much to do with like taking a risk, taking a creative risk. I'm not telling you to go and like shag everybody out there. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's that buzz, that feeling, that beauty, that kind of thing, which will help you in this case. I'm also not saying don't go and indulge like everything that's like bad, but or everything that's like a kind of devil-esque energy, which is the temptation, which is the indulgence. It's more about like you just reveling in that space of like true love and self-awareness for oneself. Wow, okay. So I remain in balance with my emotions, and it's reversed. This is something that needs to be kind of really important, because really like prioritized, because it does feel like this 2 of Wands energy up and down. Like you can feel that sometimes things are good and then sometimes things are bad. Sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad. And it isn't about that. It's just about you understanding the energy of change. And even if things seem a bit like awry at one point, there were other times where it is good. And when it's good, remember that things could go awry. So don't get too attached to the highs and lows. Just ride the waves of change. Pile 1, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Let me just clarify for those of you who may ask me afterwards. And remember, only take what resonates, disregard the rest. What are you evolving into? You're evolving into a part of you're evolving into some kind of sense of self where you are embracing your creative desires in a much more directed way. There is resistance to this, and the way that resistance is occurring is actually beneficial to your evolution as a more senior figure in terms of being in charge of your creativity and knowing what you want. All right, my friends, if you enjoyed this reading, please do share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, if you wish to comment, please do. I do love hearing your comments, and I really appreciate you all, because you're just the best audience. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care, and remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 2, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful rhodonite palm stone. I love this stone. It got given to me as a gift, and there's just something so sturdy about it. The flashes of the black within the pink. Rhodonite is indicative of, I think, either the lower or the main heart chakra, because the heart chakra's got 3 kind of sections to it. But it's more to do with grounded love that is to do with like relationships, but also bleeding into familial love, like the unconditional love. Because no matter how much we say that, like, we need to have unconditional love within the relationships, the only real unconditional love that there is I think only between parents, if it happens. You know, not all parents love their kids. But to have unconditional love within a relationship, this is my opinion. Feel free to disagree, but in my opinion, I don't think that you can have unconditional love in relationships that aren't with your blood kin, because there's that tie, whereas like with any other relationships there isn't that, unless you were raised as brothers or sisters or, you know, family, I think. So, but even then, once you find out that the blood is not there, then, you know, I think that there's that sense. Now, I'm going off on a tangent here, so there must be something to do with that. I think it might be your idea of finding out what real love means to you. You're starting to assimilate your ideas of love despite your flaws. You don't have to be in a relationship, or this isn't a romantic reading, but it could be in congruency or in conjunction with what your love life could entail going forward. The stone's heavy. This is a really heavy stone compared to like the other one that I used for the Kambaba Jasper for pile 1. And the other one, which is for pile 3 as well, this is the heaviest. So there's something about the groundedness of this stone. Even though it is with the heart chakra, there's something heavy on the heart, which is being transmuted and being evolved into something quite special. So let's have a little look at what this card is. Wow, so we've got the soul. Don't know if you can see that. And then we've also got Virgo. So hermit-like energy, and it was reversed. So there is an evolution of your soul going on in the respect of, not even of your soul, but of your being, of who you are, because some of you might not believe in souls. I think it's really important to understand the concept of what this is. So it's more about the energy and how we understand how the energy works within us. That there is no kind of like I, me, or mine. The ego is not attached to the idea of the energy that is within us. That's a really esoteric kind of way of putting things forward. But what I mean by that is by really becoming one with the universe, that's how we can truly embrace universal love. In its purest form and its essence, and also in a detached and non-egotistical way. Now, there's some kind of thing going on now. Also, another thing as well that I'm getting here is, and I don't know if this is because like I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy recently, but I've been looking at the whole idea of Horcruxes. And Horcruxes are very similar to the idea of soul retrieval and soul splitting, which happens within shamanic, or is the understanding of trauma within the shamanic worldview. So, or in the neo-shamanic worldview, let me get that clear. I'm not well versed with other indigenous cultures in terms of how it's viewed. But I do know a bit, but I'd need to research a bit deeper. I'm only speaking from a neo-shamanic perspective, which means a modern shamanic Western perspective. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11. 11 is the Hanged Man. But then this is number 9. Okay. So you're trying to evolve into a different perspective. You're trying to like see a different perspective, and you may be trying to evolve into what you think is a different perspective so that you can gain more clarity on your ideas of love and how you can connect with the world at large. It was reversed. I'm going to leave it reversed for now. Actually, I don't want to, no, because the same thing happened with pile 1. So let's have a look at your astrology first. Sorry, it's a little bit like confusing, but I think that's because it's split into so many parts. Now, the idea of us splitting into like different parts is so that we can keep ourselves safe, you know? When we look at like the whole like you know, the story of like HP. It's just kind of, you know, the villain splits himself into various parts and hides them away in places where no one can find them. But funnily enough, people found them. Like, somebody managed to find them. So it's a thing. So no matter how hard you try and like say scurry parts of yourself away, there's something that needs to return home. There's something that needs to return home. This is probably why this is so heavy, because, you know, even if like parts of you is missing, or if there's trauma or something like that happening, it might still feel really heavy, even though like stuff is missing. It's kind of weird. It's like a weird paradox that stuff is actually missing, but it makes us feel heavy. It may be because of the things that are like taking place of that. So what are you evolving into? I think you're starting to understand that you can't continue this way. You can't continue the way that you've been going. And actually what you need to do is retrieve those parts of yourself back. Wow, sun reversed. Yeah, absolutely. I think that you're realizing that this is not, how you've been doing things is not giving you the full force of the sun that you truly deserve, that you truly need, that you truly want. These little flickers of light are not enough. You know, these little lanterns of light. Look, we've got all these stars here. You know, the sun is the biggest star of them all that we have in our galaxy, in our solar system, sorry. So, you know, it's important to recognize that this is not like you want more than this. You want it to formulate, coagulate, come together into this true sun, which is you. And also the sun is the personality. It's who you are. So maybe you're feeling, and it's also coming up to the number 9, 8 plus 1 is 9. And then we've got number 9 here. So this might be you're realizing that there is something of yourself that's missing and you're needing to go and find it. Moderation, 5. 1 plus 4 is 5, 14. I'm also going to like look at like, so we've got the Hermit, 18. Oh God, I'm terrible. I should really know like what the cards are, seeing as I've read them for like 20 years, but I forget. I mean, you know, it is what it is. So let's have a look at, no, let's go back to I'm just having a look at let me just find something out and I'll be back. Well, my friends, 19 is the sun, okay? So, oh, sorry, 19 is the sun, but 18 is the moon. Okay. So, yeah, 18 is the moon. So then that means that you're in kind of like a moon state here. Wow. I'm feeling really foggy as well. I don't know, you might also be putting things like not moderating yourself in some kind of way. I feel like stumbling, like you're kind of like maybe just stumbling through things in order to kind of cope, and then you're realizing that actually no, I can't continue like this. So you need to evolve into something else in order to really embrace the truth of life. That's what it feels like. Let's have a look at what your tarot has to say. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the 2 of Wands reversed. We've got the Knight of Cups reversed. We've got the Knight of Wands upright. And then we have I'm going to just move this up, my darlings. Yeah, so then we also have the 10 of Swords reversed. Okay, so yeah, there's lethargy here. Lethargy, however you want to say it. There's lethargy here. You're almost trying to like cope with what it is that you're doing, and you're doing a really good job so far, but it's just a bit intense, and also not even intense. I just get the sense of like wading through kind of wading through, not a swamp, but like a fog that's thick, and you're trying to like make your way through it. Queen of Chalices means that you understand that what's going on needs to change. This is why you're evolving. This Queen is the catalyst for you to like move forward. You're recognizing, again, similar to pile 1, you're recognizing that where you are currently is not where you want to be. You want to be somewhere else. You want to have something else. The kingdom that you've created for yourself is not where you want to be. You may be leading some kind of life where you feel that you're putting on a show, or it may have been something that you wanted. You know, it might have been something that you strived for. You'd been like, right, okay, this is what I want with my life. This is what I want to do. But then you've almost lost a little bit of yourself in the process. I say that you've done pretty well considering, because like there's no major arcanas here. So that says to me that you're actually... I think it's more so to do with the types of people that you're around, and they're triggering you into thinking, actually, I need to get out of here because these are not the types of people that I want to like have to sacrifice my own personality and sense of self with. That's what's going on. Sorry, that took like a long time to come out, but like eventually it came out. So what are you evolving into? You're evolving into a person that is not going to take any more from anybody else. You're like, right, okay, I'm not going to tolerate anybody who is not going to celebrate me and is going to cause me to split off and disassociate. I'm going to be, and someone who's not going to let me shine. I don't want these people in my life. I don't want them. I'm out of here. The reason why I say that is because we've got the Knight of Cups reversed. Knight of Cups reversed tells me that anything that is not going to be fulfilling towards you and not going to be encouraging you to kind of give birth to these beautiful irises that are in the back, and also be looking at you intently as this Knight of Cups is, yeah, you don't want it. You're done with it. And also the fact that this poor peacock has been stabbed 10 times, but it's reversed. It's almost like, you know, you haven't been allowed to shine. That's what I see with that there. You haven't been allowed to shine. You've had to disassociate yourself. So now you're having to come with a sense of clarity. And it is painful because, you know, you kind of are trying to get rid of a situation. I don't know. When I say get rid of a situation, you've been trying to like manage a situation, sorry. You know, I like this stone, but I mean, I can't carry it around with me because it's too heavy. So it's not a very comfortable palm stone to have. It's a very robust stone, but I only really have it for decoration. So this means to me that you kind of like were forming a function, but it was at deep cost. There's a cost. There's a heaviness. So I don't know, you might also be like putting out to the world that you're like happy, lively, whatever, and then like really you're kind of dimming your light in order to like be around people and you know, making their light shine. It's also because the Queen is very Cancerian, Scorpio-esque, like, you know, I'm getting more Cancerian vibes here though, if I'm honest. Like, some Cancers that I know, they're quite self-sacrificing, so to a point where it's actually quite dangerous for themselves. So yeah, I think there is a little bit of that going on here. And the Knight of Wands, I don't know you either, right? You either meet someone who encourages you to like, who either throws an atomic bomb in the sun and like blows it all up, and makes you kind of be a little bit more fired up and help you to heal. Or there's some kind of event that causes that basically causes you to basically recalibrate all of your light and it be even more brighter. Turn this sun upside down. There's a trigger. This Knight of Wands is some kind of trigger. Whether it's you or whether it's like a response to this Knight. Here, this Knight of Chalices, the lack of you being able to express your ideas, being able to feel safe in where you are. So it's like, right, I'm out of here. because I'm not going to deal with this anymore. You've actually like come to an end. I don't know, you might have been dealing with it for a while. It doesn't look like you dealt with it for long though. This might have been like a job or something that you were in. Like maybe a short-term contract or something like that. And then you realised that the space was not really worth, you know, what you thought it was. Might have been quite toxic. Could also be love as well. Very much could be love. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're realising that this space is not really worth, like, maybe you thought it was worth it, but now you're thinking, actually, I'm a bit above this. Five of Wands. Yeah, people are not very nice. It's not a nice environment to work in. 2 to the Five of Wands, both reversed. It's just not a nice environment. You know what I'm getting, right? I worked as an actor, and then when I started to get like the jobs I always wanted to get, the industry, I started to see the truth of the industry. And it's interesting because I've met someone recently who feels the same about it. You know, you start to do really well, and then you realize that the industry is not really what you want. That's not really what you want. I've met a lot of clients and people that have done that. They've gotten to the top of their game and then they realise that that's not what they want. So there's a bit of that. I don't think it's as severe, but this could be like you're finally starting to realise that you making these decisions to stay in these kind of situations is actually breaking your soul a bit. So you need to... So you're actually making decisive action not to do that again. That's what you're evolving into. I keep on referring back to the question because I'm just like, not only to remind myself, but I'm just aware that some people might think that I'm not answering the question. So, you know. So we've got the moon as well. This is not an obvious change. But I think that you're adept well enough. I mean, you've got a queen there, you know, like you understand the game, like you understand that this is part of the process. As I said to part one, my viewers here know themselves well to a certain level. They've come to this reading because they're light workers, they've done work, they've done stuff, they know that this navigation is never over, this journey is never over, this evolution is never over. And you also know that you're either at the beginning or at the end with that crescent moon there. But you're moving. Absolutely. Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups. You are moving. Be it away or toward. I think it's more away though, to be fair. Wow. Queen of Cups reversed. So, okay. Then that confirms that being in this kind of situation takes you away from your intuition. So you need to hightail it out of there. 9 of Swords. Okay, so 10 of Swords is being clarified by the 9 of Swords. You've had enough. You've had enough. You're done. You are done. You are hightailing it out of there. You're getting out and you're like, I am done with this situation. I am not staying here. I'm not staying in the situation which takes me away from my intuition, that makes me be emotionally erratic, that stops me from actually embodying my true power. You know, it's quite gaslighty, you know, and that's ironic with these lamps here. It's a gaslighting kind of energy. So you're in an environment where you almost have to like walk on eggshells in order to be moderated. This is it here. This is what this moderation means. I was wondering what that was. And I thought it might be like you swinging into some kind of addiction issues. But no, actually. I mean, there may be some issues like you having to turn to some kind of things in order to remedy the pain or to heal the pain. But I don't think that's the main message here. I think what it's more is that there's a concept of it's unmoderated and people are not being... like, people are not taking care of themselves. You are having to temper yourself in order to deal with the situation. And now you're like, right, I'm done with this. I'm done with this drama. It's Bear drama. So you are evolving into a person that doesn't take any shit. Yes, I love that. Because you are reclaiming your soul. You're reclaiming it. I think the reason why I said that about addictions and stuff is because, like, when I've done work with my clients, you know, usually, or not even when I've done work with my clients, but it's a known side effect that when the soul splits, usually something takes its place, and those things usually manifest as some kind of addiction to whatever. It could be exercise, caffeine, cleaning, anything. People, YouTube, anything. Like, you know, it could be anything. So, you know, it's adhering to some kind of like need, want. It's fulfilling a craving of some sort. So I think that's why I kind of went to that. But once those are filled by the reclamation of those soul parts or those parts of self, then you don't need it. Then you don't need that thing. And the moderation and the balance comes normally. So, some animal... Oh, actually... Do I not have another deck that I was doing with this? No! This is supposed to be a short reading. Wow. Crow, healing in the dark. Love that. Yeah, I don't think you're telling anybody about this. I don't think you're really mentioning anything about this path too. Because I think you're keeping your cards close to your chest, no pun intended. I do good, and it's reversed. I think it's very difficult to be in that space where you can feel that you are doing the best that you can. That's the flavor of this whole reading. You just are you are realizing that you're in a space where you cannot fulfill your true potential. So therefore, to evolve into your true potential, you have to get out. And you've gotten to a point where you cannot tolerate anybody who is going to step into your space of allowing you not to flourish in the way that you deserve to be. So that's what you're evolving into, pile 2. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, thank you so much for your time, effort and energy, for allowing me to read it. Please take care. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I've got lots of other pick a card readings. Please do check them out. But otherwise, my darlings, take care. Have a beautiful day, and I'll speak to you really soon. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 3, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful peach selenite or orange selenite. Now, orange selenite is brilliant for creating a calm, loving and safe space within oneself to be able to do spiritual work, to go deeper into spiritual work. So maybe that's what you're evolving into. You're cultivating a sense of space and a sense of sacred sacred space, and cultivating awareness of the fact that you need that kind of space in your life. So let's have a little look at what your card is. Okay, right, I didn't pick these previously. Okay, the energies are very strongly with us right now. Pile 3, I don't know, let me just show you that. So let's see what the cards have to say about this. We also have Venus there as well, so let's have a look. So you are evolving into someone who is aware that they need sacred space. That people need sacred space, that people need this kind of environment to kind of do their work, feel better about themselves, rejuvenate, all the good stuff. Wow, 7th house, relationship. Okay, so we've got Empress and relationship, 7th house. So I think that some of you may be realizing that if you are in a relationship that you need to, or in any type of relationship, I mean, this is more to do with romantic relationships and partnerships. And if you're not in a romantic relationship or partnership, then this is about you cultivating, this can be for both, you know, single or not. But it's about you being able to carve out a space, a niche, or not even a niche, a space, a place where it's just you, and you can rejuvenate yourself so that you can be your best self when you come back to reunite with your partner or reunite with others, more so with your partner. For those of you who are single, it seems to me that you may be reassessing, you know, what it was that relationships, you know, took from you, or how you gave yourself away in a relationship, and what the definition is of your space that you need before you enter another relationship. Yeah, because I've got a feeling that once you start cultivating this, even if you are single, you know, the right person will come along that will respect those boundaries. And you know, even if you're not looking for someone, it's weird, things happen like that. So let's see what the numerology says, and also your tarot. Wow, relationship change, and it's reversed. All of these cards reversed. Okay, all of the numerology. No, they're not all reversed. Okay, so interesting. What I get from this is that you don't have to change the relationship. You don't have to change any element of the relationship. It's more about you. And I think, you know, changing the relationship with yourself is going to be a lot more relevant, rather than thinking about changing the relationship between you and other people, you know. So for those of you that are not in a relationship or not looking for a relationship, this might not be the reading for you. Because I think that this is about, I think this is for those in a relationship or for those looking for a relationship who are single and, you know, they don't want to spend the rest of their days single. They want to be with someone. So, but if that's not the case, then this might not be your reading, because I think I really do get that sense that this is about your relationships with other people. And for those of you who are not interested in that at all, I just don't know if this is relevant. If you're content with being, it's not even that if you're content with being single as well, it's more that I think that you know, it's not completely out of the bag. Like you're not, you don't want to, like, being single is not your goal. Do you know what I mean? Because I know people that just want to be single for the rest of their lives, and they've assigned themselves to that. So, you know, but if you're, and even if you don't think that it could happen, but, you know, if it happens, it happens, you know, then that's also, I think this reading will be relevant. But for those of you that have completely cut out the idea of a relationship, then I don't think this reading is for you. But for everyone else, this is. Funnily enough, I turned over that card. Oh, look at that. And it's the calling, right? Okay, right. So, Judgment we've got here. Let's have a look at your other cards. The Hermit. The Queen of Wands. Okay. The Magician. Okay, this is big. This is massive, pile 3. Okay. So, I think you want to manifest something that is more than just you. More so than 9 of Pentacles energy that has their own kingdom. It's more about understanding how you function within a relationship. So it's coming back to this idea of how you function interpersonally within a relationship, not independently and not codependently, interdependently. So the real true essence of cooperation with this. And what I get is you've got a real way of being able to do it. Like you're fully ready to do this, but you just haven't done it within the context of other people yet. Now we've got the 5 of chalices here, 5 of cups. That's like disappointment. So I don't know, you may be really scarred from or you're scarred from past relationships, which may have caused you to be in a space where you don't, you know, you don't really want to be around that person anymore. You don't want to be around people. You may have resolved yourself to being single for the rest of your life, or to being on your own for the rest of your life. I was thinking it might be to do with community, but I'm sorry, I'm really getting strong relationship vibes. You know, like a person that you want to live a life with. So I think there's the universe is actually wanting you to move towards this space where you start to manifest something that's a little bit more of that. You're actually being called to do that. You know, the Hermit, Judgment, the Magician, you know, you spent a long time on your own where you've been really understanding yourself, and now you're starting to really manifest some beautiful things. But this Queen of Wands, she looks happy, but it's almost like a dutiful, like slightly Queen of Swords-esque energy, which means that, yeah, I know I'm going to be on my own. I know that I'm brilliant and that I do all of these amazing things. And yeah, I probably would be the person that I want to go out with. But you know what? I'm going to be on my own, and that's it. And what Judgment is saying is that, you know, don't kind of think about that kind of feeling. You've got these beautiful roses, you know, even like the lion is coming to her really affectionately here. It's like saying, you know, look at all of this beauty that you have in your life and who you are and what you've made of yourself. You know, be confident in the in the respect of being able to manifest these possibilities of being with someone, or having these kind of opportunities. It may not even be that, like, you know, you're dating or anything like that. It's just that you put yourself into better situations where you're able to meet the types of people that you really do want to connect with, and that will take you away from this space where you feel that you may be in touch with this kind of sorrow. Because I don't know, there may be, I don't really see an an overt kind of walking away from any vulnerability, but I do see a lot of disappointment, and it might be the disappointment in the partners that you've had previously, and I don't know, I just feel like you've done a lot of work to get over that, and now you can see these kind of like souls just there, like drowning in their own stuff, and it makes you really sad because you've been vulnerable, but then now it's kind of like, okay, how do I move beyond that? How do I go beyond that? And the way that you do it is by, you've been nurturing this sense of sacred space within yourself. That's allowed you to not really, like, you don't engage with anyone else. Like, it's just you know what I mean? So, and that's what makes you powerful. So I think that's what you're evolving into, Pile 3. I think you're evolving into someone who understands the term of personal space and sacred space within a relationship. And you may even be able to help others find this as well, you know? But I've got a feeling that you may be single, or that you have a need for more personal space. But you may also be a relationship counselor. You may be somebody that is able to, you know, do that. I'm just noticing, do we do that for other people and help other people, like, you know, find that sacred space for themselves so that they're able to have more fulfilling relationships? I just noticed that this character's looking down, this character's looking down, this character's looking down, this character's looking down. This character's looking down in a meditative state towards the lamp. This character's looking down towards, I don't know. This character's looking down because they're playing a trumpet. This character's looking down because they're making something. So there's a little bit of an avoidance here. This character, I don't know if they're looking down or not. But there's a little bit of an avoidance here of a situation. So I think it's becoming really aware of that. And I think that this kind of sense of sorrow allows you to be aware. Like, you have to be aware. You have to be aware. The saying goes that if you keep on doing the same thing and expecting the same results, it's the definition of insanity. I kind of just got that there. So I think it's important for you to realize that you may need to like look at something differently. We'll see what these cards say. We've got the Two of Swords reversed. We've got the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. We've got the Moon. Moon appeared in exactly the same position for pile 2. The Fool reversed. Interesting. And yes, wow, the Lovers reversed. Okay, so you've been deeply hurt in the past, it seems like. Somebody has really not, they didn't choose you, so I don't know, you may think that you might not be chosen again. So there's a sense of you like not allowing others to come within that space, which is absolutely understandable. So you've been cultivating your own garden, your own space, your own very sacred place where no one can come into. And what you're evolving into is that you're understanding that that isn't the be all and end all. Like you're wanting more than that. You're wanting something where you choose yourself. So you got the Two of Swords here, which means that there was you're coming out of not saying what you want to say. You're coming out of kind of a silence. You may have been not really integrating, socializing, contacting people. But I think more so talk about your feelings. Talk about the way that you feel about this situation. And it seems after a while, I don't know how long. I don't think too long. For some of you, don't think too long. For some of you, I think it's been a while. So, no. I think it's been a good amount of time. At least a year, I think. 6 months to a year. At least 6 months. Yeah, at least 6 months. At least. First thing that came into my head was about a year at least, so. But Swords is quick. And I think there's been this sense of you like, you're coming out to say things, you're coming out to do things, and you're doing it with a kind of sense of tentativeness where you're being quite gentle with yourself. And the vulnerability is actually making you exceptionally attractive. Because this reminds me of like the Venus, I think it's the Venus de Milo who's born out of the shell. So that, that birth of that beauty is very vulnerable. I mean, like you are desperate, like you are so attractive to those around you. If you're not aware of that, people think you're gorgeous. They think you are gorgeous, but a little bit untouchable. And the time has come for you to now become vulnerable and now walk the path. It's just beginning, I think. Like your situation of where you were in isolation is ending, and now you're moving into a space where now you're going to move into new territory, where you're starting to integrate yourself with other people, I think. And then the Magician and the Fool reverse. Yeah, you know what you want. You know the score. You know how it goes. You know that you're not going to compromise yourself in a way that's going to damage yourself. You're not going to be a fool. You're going to walk the path with open eyes. And then the Five of Chalices being confirmed by the Lovers reverse, that kind of like confirms the fact that, it's just been the disappointment that you feel that you haven't been chosen. It may even be also for some of you that may have been brought up in families where, your friends and everybody else around you has ended up getting married, or they've had families and done stuff like that and you haven't. So there may be this kind of underlying feeling where you feel that you haven't been chosen. But there's also a sense of you making that choice as well. It's almost like you're coming to terms with the consequences of your choices as well. And I think that's what the sacred space was about. Like you spent a bit of time So this actually may be for people who have chosen to be single, and they've probably already switched it off already. But but I think it's really interesting how, you know, you've taken the time to cultivate this sense of sacred space, and now you're ready to welcome this in. You know, you're ready to welcome this in and exercise your non-negotiables, but then also see how far you can compromise within a situation. Awesome evolution. So for those, just to make it clear, really crystal clear, what are you evolving into? You're evolving into somebody who is ready to embrace the relationship, if not with others, but with themselves as well, by really ascertaining and creating a boundaried sense of sacred space, which is only for yourself. So you're really defining your boundaries here, basically. Okay, let's have a look at some animal totems for you, pile 3. Hen, maternal approach. Wow, okay. So being quite motherly towards yourself as well. What I would also just watch out for as well is like the whole mother hen thing. In a relationship, we don't want our mothers or our fathers. We want a partner. So I don't know if like some of you may have been, because I don't know, I haven't been reading these reverse, but it just hit me. It came out reverse. So I just feel like, make sure that you know, you're not coming across in that way, even though that might be a way that you come, like that you, there's a very motherly energy towards you. Just make sure that you're not, you know, you're not putting that across, because you've got this energy here, this Queen of Wands energy, and that's she's the sexiest card in the deck. She's the one who's the sexy mama. So, you know, she is not a mother hen. So I don't know, making sure that your own maternal kind of your maternal issues are looked after, I think that might help. And making sure that you're not mothering anybody. All reversed. All of these cards have come. Oh god, the same card as well came up for pile 2. So I think this is actually, you know, quite a full-on thing to say. Don't mother anybody. The only person you need to be mothering is yourself. But don't mother anybody. Queen of Wands is the least maternal. Well, no, she isn't actually. Queen of Swords is the least maternal. But Queen of Wands is sassy. She's the sassy, sexy one. The most maternal one is the Queen of Pentacles. You might need to recognize like what concept of doing good is. So you might end up doing good or thinking that you're doing a situation good when actually you're suppressing, mothering, controlling a situation. The Queen of Wands is not reversed, okay? And you got the Magician upright. So I think you know what's going on. And I think that you are able to create like an incredible space for people, and you are able to be really amazing to help people feel comfortable, welcomed, loved, nurtured, cared for. You have to do that for yourself, but also remember that not everyone deserves it. And if people see you like that, that's the role that they will expect you to fulfill if they're going to enter in any kind of relationship with you, be that platonic or be that romantic. So just be aware of that. That's what this is saying. But essentially, you are deeply desired. People want to get with you. They want to get to know you. They want to understand you. They want to embrace your vulnerability. They want you, Pile 3. They really want you. But I think that, you know, I think it's almost like allowing yourself to be mothered as opposed to mothering, if that makes sense. So I think you're evolving into somebody who may have taken a lot of care of other people, but now you are starting to allow people to take care of you. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Please do give it a thumbs up. Please do like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know how it resonated for you if it did. Remember, only take what resonates. Discard the rest. This should only be a confirmation of what you know already. But otherwise, my darlings, thank you so much for your beautiful attention and allowing me to read your energy. Have a beautiful morning, evening, night, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye.